Capricorn is often described as the mountain goat, but that symbol barely hints at what lives inside this sign. To know Capricorn is to stand at the base of a silent cliff and feel how much history it holds. They move through life with an ancient kind of gravity, as if every step is a promise to the future and a dialogue with the past. People call them serious, but what they really are is devoted to building something that won't collapse when the wind changes. The first shocking truth is that Capricorn is not cold by nature. They are careful with heat. Their heart runs like a hidden furnace, and they learned early that showing fire too soon invites people to warm their hands and leave. So they ration their tenderness until it can be trusted. When they finally open up, it isn't a drip of emotion. It's a dam releasing years of loyalty. Their restraint is not a lack of feeling. It's proof of how much they feel. The second truth: Capricorn is ruled by time more than by emotion. Where others swim in feelings, Capricorn measures moments. They remember what was promised, what was broken, and what still needs to be built. This is why they can seem distant. They are not absent. They're weighing the future against the cost of the past. They think in decades, not in weekends, and their love language often looks like planning, preparing, and protecting. The third truth is the one they rarely admit out loud. Capricorn is terrified of being a burden. Many Capricorns grew up feeling that love was something you earned through competence, so they become reliable to a fault. The one who carries the groceries, the responsibility, the silence. If you've ever met a Capricorn who wants to do everything by themselves, it's because they assume needing help makes them unworthy. If this is resonating, subscribe to Signs and Secrets, because we're about to reveal why Capricorn hearts operate the way they do and how to love them without breaking their trust. Here's the fourth truth, and it surprises people who only see the armor. Capricorn is profoundly romantic. Their romance isn't loud. It's the kind that builds a roof over your head, pays attention to your dreams, and keeps showing up after the excitement fades. They don't fall in love with a spark. They fall in love with a life. Their devotion grows slowly like a tree, but once rooted, it survives storms. A Capricorn saying, "I'm here over and over," is their version of poetry. The fifth truth sits underneath their ambition. Capricorn doesn't chase success just to be admired. They chase it because they want safety for everyone they love. They are the sign that wants to protect a family they might not even have yet. Their goals are rarely selfish. They're an apology to the younger version of themselves who once felt unsafe. Even when they seem focused on career, part of them is secretly building a haven where the people they love can finally exhale. And the sixth truth: Capricorn is constantly negotiating with their own shadow. They feel guilt for resting, guilt for wanting more, guilt for not being perfect. The world calls them disciplined, but inside, many Capricorns are learning how to be gentle with themselves. Their hardest climb is not up the mountain, but into the soft place where they can finally breathe. When they do, you'll see how tender they were all along, and how much of their strength was really an old survival ritual. The seventh truth is that Capricorn hears everything. They may not respond in the moment, but they are listening with a kind of sacred attention. When you speak to a Capricorn, you are leaving footprints in their memory. They don't forget tones, patterns, or the way you make them feel when no one else is watching. This is why betrayal cuts them so deeply. It violates not just trust, but the record they keep of reality. They don't punish lightly, and they forgive slowly, because both things feel like altering the blueprint of their soul. The eighth truth: Capricorn's boundaries are love, not walls. People assume they're shutting others out, but Capricorn is actually building a safe room for the heart. Their no is an act of self-respect, and their yes is a vow. They don't give access lightly, because once someone enters, Capricorn treats it like forever. If you want closeness with them, meet them in consistency. Prove you can stay before you ask them to soften. A Capricorn tests with time, not with drama. The ninth truth is a quiet ache. Capricorn often feels older than their age. Even as a child, they sensed responsibility coming like weather. Many of them became an emotional parent to themselves and sometimes to others, so they can struggle to play, to be messy, to let life be light. Yet they secretly crave those moments when someone makes them laugh so hard they forget what they were carrying. If you love a Capricorn, invite them to be young in your presence, because joy is medicine for them. Now the 10th truth, the one that shocks even other signs: Capricorn needs tenderness more than they show. Their strength is real, but it hides a craving to be held without having to explain why. They want a space where they can collapse, where their competence doesn't have to prove anything. If you ever wonder why a Capricorn suddenly withdraws, it may be because they're starving for softness and don't know how to ask. Their pride isn't arrogance, it's a shield for a heart that bruised easily in places where love felt conditional. Join as a member to support the channel and unlock exclusive content. This brings us to the 11th truth. Capricorn is spiritual in a practical way. They don't chase magic for entertainment. They want wisdom that works. Their intuition is earthy. It comes through patience, seasons, and the slow evidence of life. They may not talk about faith, but they are guided by an inner compass that says, make it real, make it last. They believe in miracles that can be built, not just wished for, and they respect any spirituality that helps them serve and grow. And the 12th truth is the most revealing of all. Capricorn carries a private hope that someone will see past the accomplishments and love them anyway. Underneath the medals, receipts, and polished plans is a person who wants to be chosen not for what they provide, but for who they are. When Capricorn finds that kind of love, they stop climbing out of fear and start climbing out of joy. They become softer, funnier, even a little wild, because they no longer have to defend their worth. Their laughter returns like spring after a long winter, and you realize you never met the whole of them before, you only met their duty. If you're a Capricorn listening to this, you might feel exposed, like someone opened a diary you never meant to share. But exposure isn't punishment, it's permission. The soul of Capricorn is built for mastery, yes, but also for healing. Your life has never been about proving your worth. Your life is about remembering it, especially when the world only applauds you for your output. You are not born to be a machine with a to-do list for a heartbeat. You were born to be a human soul, learning how to trust what you feel. There is a myth that Capricorn is only serious, only work, only control. But your seriousness is a form of devotion. You take life seriously because you know life is sacred. You don't want to waste a heartbeat. And yet, the universe keeps trying to teach you a softer lesson. You are allowed to rest without losing your power. You are allowed to need people without shrinking. You are allowed to enjoy what you built instead of sprinting to the next peak. Rest is not failure. It is the season when your roots drink deeply. Somewhere along your path, you learned to survive by staying composed. You learned that emotions can be loud storms that drown the weak. So you became the mountain. Still, even mountains have rivers inside them. The tears you don't cry don't disappear. They become pressure. They wait in the body, in the quiet moments, in the sudden heaviness at night. But you are not made to hold everything alone. Healing for you looks like letting someone see where you're tired and finding out they don't leave. It looks like telling the truth about your fear and still being respected. If this part is hitting home, take a second to like the video. It helps more people find the kind of honest astrology that doesn't just flatter us, it frees us. Capricorn, your gift to the world is integrity. When you say you'll do something, you do it. When you love in ways that change someone's destiny. But your gift to yourself must be mercy. Not because you're failing, but because you're human. Becoming wise doesn't mean becoming hard. It means becoming real. It means choosing a life where your inner world matters as much as your outer results. The moment you let your feelings have a seat at the table, your power becomes whole. If you've been carrying a dream that feels a little too big, hear this. Your patience is not a delay, it's a strategy. You are not late. You are being prepared. The mountain doesn't rush the sunrise. It trusts it. And you, ruled by Saturn, know that time is not your enemy. Time is your teacher. It sands your edges and strengthens your bones. You learn through seasons what others learn through chaos. Every detour has been a training ground. Every slow season, a silent upgrade. Even what didn't work was sculpting the version of you that can handle what will. Also, let the people who love you. Let them cook for you, listen to you, celebrate you, comfort you. You don't have to deserve care. You already do. Practice receiving without apologizing. Practice saying, "Thank you, I need that," without adding a reason. The more you allow support, the more your spirit unclenches and the more your real brilliance shows. You are not made to stand alone on every ridge. You are made to share the view. And if you're listening as someone who loves a Capricorn, recognize the tenderness hidden behind their competence. Praise their hearts, not just their achievements. Ask them how they feel and stay for the answer. Be patient with their slow opening. A Capricorn's trust is a sacred thing. When they finally hand you the key, don't rush through the door. Walk in with reverence, and they will show you a loyalty that feels like a lifetime. The path forward for Capricorn is not to stop being strong, but to redefine what strength means. Real strength is not constant motion. It's the courage to be still. It's the bravery to say, "I'm scared," without thinking that makes you smaller. It's choosing intimacy over control when the old instincts say to build another wall. Strength is letting yourself be loved in the places you once hid. Your life may have been a series of tests, some you passed with honor, some that left bruises no one saw, but every test was also a doorway. Each time you were forced to be responsible, you were carving a deeper capacity for leadership. Each time you felt alone, you were learning how to become your own safe home. The universe didn't make you hard, it made you capable, and capability is beautiful. But it was never meant to replace being cared for. Your next evolution is learning to be both capable and open. As this chapter turns, you're being called into a new kind of success. Not the kind that drains you, but the kind that nourishes you. Not the kind that isolates you, but the kind that connects you. Let your ambition be guided by your well-being. Let your goals include joy. Let your calendar make room for the people and practices that remind you you're alive. Even mountains need meadows, and even goats need to lie down in the sun sometimes. If this message touched something true in you, share your date of birth and zodiac sign in the comments. I love seeing where everyone is listening from and what part of the sky shaped your story. And remember, subscribing to Signs and Secrets helps you stay close to the messages meant for your path. Capricorn, you are not here to climb forever. You are here to build a life worth standing on. You are here to leave a legacy that is made of love as much as of achievement. When you stop seeing yourself as a machine and start seeing yourself as a soul, everything you create becomes sacred. You begin to lead by inspiration, not by pressure. You begin to choose partners, friends, and dreams that feel like home. You let your success be a sanctuary, not a cage. Thank you for letting this truth meet you where you are. Like the mountain goat, you were born to rise, but unlike the myth, you are also born to be held, to be understood, and to be loved without conditions. Keep walking, keep trusting. Your season is not over its opening. If you want to hear everything the universe has to say to you, watch these other videos on our channel. Before you go, don't forget to subscribe and like. Your support keeps this space alive, and it helps this healing reach the people who need it most.